my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Honestly, I like a wide range of things, and I haven't figured out specifically if this channel is going to be more of a video essay style or a commentary style or both, a little bit of both. But hopefully, we will all figure this out as time goes on. Notes, background, little iffy right now. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. I really am. What else? I want to get a handheld microphone instead of holding this like this because I like the style of a handheld microphone better. So it's also something that will be upgraded within the upcoming videos. I will be a liar if I told y'all I didn't just sit here and film an hour-long video just for the audio not to be picked up. I was very angry. I'm very angry. But yeah, let's get into today's video.
Oh, hey, editing Sarah here. I'm so sorry for the audio. When I say I recorded 3 videos and there was just a different issue with the audio each time. So the audio on this is a bit patchy. It literally sounds like a Thai BL audio, like horrid. So I'm so sorry. And I promise it will be fixed for the next video.
Okay, so boom. Imagine me laying in bed, enjoying my little night, mindlessly scrolling through TikTok as I do because I just spend my time mostly on the internet. And I see a bunch of videos of people saying how Anitta is constantly overstepping boundaries. Who's Anitta, you may ask? If you're asking who Anitta is, that's pretty crazy. But Anitta is a Brazilian singer. She makes music in Brazilian Portuguese. She makes music in English. She makes music in Spanish. Girl, I think she knows Italian too. She knows a lot of languages, and I'm really trying to get like her. Right now, I only know English, Spanish, and a bit of Korean. I'm trying to be like her. Now, I love Anitta. Anitta has her music has had my heart for so long now. I listened to one of her Portuguese songs and it was just like, wow, what is this I'm listening to? This is so great. And so I was gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be nosy. So I immediately clicked on the video to see what everyone was talking about. What's going on? And it was a video of her performing with Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma is a Mexican artist who has honestly gained such immense popularity within the past year. And good for him, bro. Good for him. His career has really taken off within the past year. It's kind of crazy. Now, the video was them performing for like this TikTok show or whatever that they had going on in the beginning of the year. And my initial reaction was that Peso Pluma looked terrified. He looked like he never performed a day in his life and like he is having immense stage fright. He's frozen in place like and just singing along. Like it looked crazy.
Editing Sarah here, checking back into this video. I want to say he don't look crazy and he doesn't look like he's stage fright. I overdid my like reaction, but it do look like he's like uncomfortable as hell for no reason.
He is in a relationship. Peso Pluma is currently in a relationship with Nicki Nicole, who's an Argentinian singer. They've been in a relationship for a couple months. I'm saying currently really loosely. Why am I saying currently very loosely? Because over Super Bowl weekend, Peso Pluma was allegedly caught cheating on his girlfriend, Nicki Nicole. Nicki Nicole took to Instagram to allegedly confirm the rumors, saying how essentially she would not let a man treat her this way and just like continue, so she's done with it. And honestly, go sis, yeah, eat that up because she's so gorgeous, she's so talented. So yeah, move on. If a man treats you that kind of way, move on quickly. Run for the hills. People were like, Anita is tempting Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma is such a loyal man. This is what happened when loyal men fall in love. They will never do this. Not even getting into how much of a lie that little statement is. To see this all wrap back around when he allegedly cheated on Nicki Nicole earlier this month is crazy, but I think it just highlights the rampant misogyny that we have going on in the Latina community, especially pertaining to reggaeton. Starting from Anita getting backlash about her performance with Peso Pluma to Nicki Nicole, his girlfriend, getting backlash because he had allegedly cheated on her. Typically, in media relationships, whenever something goes bad, we see the woman facing the brunt of all the anger going on and being blamed for it even going bad. And it really messes with these women's careers sometimes. And it's outstanding for people like Karol G to make a career out of her hurt and pain and still be on top. Like, good sis, good for you. I love Karol G. I love Karol G. I love her so much. And I really feel like she's just like a rare case of this happening because a lot of women constantly face backlash. This leads me into what we will be talking about today, which is how misogyny and machismo culture really affect things like reggaeton in the music entertainment industry for the Latina culture, and how a lot of women are facing the brunt of everyone's gripes because of it. And sometimes we are complicit in this by giving into the media and all the negative things that they have to say about women when it comes to these instances. So that's what I will be talking about today. Chapter 1, Sexuality in Reggaeton. Okay, so Anitta is widely known for her sexuality. When she started off making Brazilian funk music, she was way more sexual, and I think that's why I like her Brazilian music way more. Like, it's so, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna put a recommended song right here. Go listen to it. And then she made like a performance that I watched from like 5, 6 years ago. Now I don't like to utter the words J Balvin. It's like even like spooky. It's so spooky. I feel like he's gonna pop up and back at me. He's such a spooky character. It was a performance that she did with him from the Premio Lo Nuestro. And I'm telling you, this performance is way more sexual than anything that she has put out right now. But when I watch this old performance of Anita and him, she has the same performance style, if not even more sexual for that performance. Even when she made a song with K-pop group TXT, her performance style still gave off a sensual aura. Now, obviously, she's not going to be overly sexual like she usually is because it's K-pop. You see Chunsik in the background? This is Shunsik. I bought her in Korea and I love her so much. But obviously, I was a K-poppy. Sometimes I still am a K-poppy. I don't have it up right now, but oh yeah, 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 I do. One of these pictures is Uji from 17. I literally know what it's like to see people getting all the anger of the K-pop community. So obviously, she was not about to be overly sexual with TXT, but she's still sensual in her performance and staying true to like the root of Anita, and I really love her for that. Her performances give off the same vibe. This performance with Peso Pluma though, I feel like wasn't even as sexual as she usually is. Like, yeah, she still had her vibe to her, but the girl has done a lot more. Like, I think Cardi B performed that same night. Cardi B had a whole stage performance for this. Anita could have chose to do that with Peso Pluma, but she didn't. Like, she didn't go all out like she usually does. For people to be like she's not respecting his boundaries, I thought it was just like insane because I didn't see that. And it's like a big gripe that I have with the whole thing is that she's a performer. They're both performers. They were paid to perform. And a lot of people got mad at her for performing, for doing what she usually does. I just do what I I just do what I do. For doing what she usually does in her performances and putting on a show, that's what she was paid to do. That's her job. It wasn't like she was on her knees in front of Peso Pluma just going crazy. She wasn't. She was doing her job, and a lot of people had a problem with it. So why should she face backlash just because she knows how to put on a performance? Well, that's the thing. A lot of people in the Latina community have an issue when Latina women choose to reclaim their body and reclaim their sexuality, especially when pertaining to music. Since the beginning of mainstream reggaeton, we have things like reggaetoneros talking about how it is to like start from the bottom and work their way up and like stuff going on within their communities. Issue really started to arise when they started talking about women's bodies. Now, if you know me, I love reggaeton. I really do. And sometimes my feminist card be getting super revoked when I listen to it. Like, there is a Daddy Yankee and Nicky Jam song from when they were Locangri back in the day. That I love with all my heart. But it literally is like yo quiero la combi completa. Que um and it's just like degrading. This is degrading. And I love it. But it's degrading. Like we have to be honest, it's degrading. So what's the problem when women come into the genre and take that back and reclaim their own sexuality? What's the problem that we have here? I read an essay by Melanie Pangol, and I really hope I'm not butchering your name, good sis. I'm so sorry if I am. And she brought up a good point of Evie Queen's Yo Quiero Bailar. Yo Quiero Bailar is such an iconic song. Everyone knows it. One of the best reggaeton songs ever made. Yo quiero bailar, tú quieres sudar y pégate a mí. Es como no sé, yo te digo si tú me puedes comer. Pa' la cama voy, yo quiero bailar, tú quieres sudar y pégate a mí. I love Evie Queen, and Evie Queen is such a queen when it comes to reggaeton. And Melanie P. Pangol, she basically talks about how Evie Queen is exercising her sexual agency in this song by talking about how she wants to perrear with a man, but it is her choice if she wants to do anything further. I think this is an amazing analysis of the song, which obviously, yeah, that's what the song's about. But I listen to the song and I just dance because perreo, you know?
Oh, santos cielos, santos cielos. Quiero perrear. Ay.
But when you're thinking about it, a lot of women truly do just want to dance with a guy, but that doesn't mean that she's gonna jump right into bed with a man. Over sexualization of dancing has come in many forms, and the backlash that a lot of women get from it is immense. And Anitta just fell victim to this. I love that Anitta didn't let this phase her at all. Maybe she did, but we will never know. Like she was at a ski resort, she was outside of her private jet filming videos of her dancing to this song and like basically redoing the performance with like a guy there looking just as uncomfortable as Peso Pluma looked. And good for her because of this constant like need to put women down and make them seem like they're only there for a certain thing is misogynistic, and we have to be honest when we're approaching it. It was not like she was about to get down on her knees for the man and overstep the boundaries of his relationship. She really wasn't. And the other performances that I mentioned with Anitta in it, none of the men were in open relationships at the time that we know of. So we can only really address it from Peso Pluma's point of view. And even after, like, I feel like if he felt uncomfortable, he could have came out and said something. If Nicki Nicole had a feeling about any of this, she she got no problem saying how she feel. So she could have. So why did everyone else just feel the need to come to the internet and just talk bash her in this way? I feel like she would have just came to the internet because we know she about that, and she didn't because she understood that this isn't Anita's job. This is what Anita does. A lot of people don't understand that for some reason, and they just choose to just make a big deal out of nothing a lot of the time. Chapter 2, Men Can Do No Wrong. Big ongoing issue for the Latina community is machismo culture and the idea that men can really do no wrong because they are superior. Growing up as a Latina myself, seeing like the women constantly catering towards the men, seeing men just always having things their way because we're made to seem like men are at the top of society. The Oxford Dictionary describes machismo as strong or aggressive masculine pride. How does this relate though? How does this relate to the media and what's going on right now? Well, a lot of the times when things happen in the media, especially when pertaining to relationships, the women are the ones that face a lot of the bashing and the backlash. Now, I'm about to go into a controversial example, and some of y'all might not agree with me. I'm not asking you to agree with me. Jalyn and Anuel. Now, Jalyn and whatever she got going on with Takashi 69 right now is none of my business. That's none of my business. I was praying for her. Prayers go out to not him. I hate that man. But I mean, also, why are you dating that man? Anyways, whatever she got going on with him, I really don't care for. But when she was first starting out dating Anuel, a lot of people were making it seem like Jalyn was just this like, oh my god, she's coming in for attention. Y'all were sending her death threats, sending her hate comments constantly, talking about her baby that she was pregnant with. Like, all of this because she was dating a man. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Karol G. And also, y'all, I am thinking about doing a video essay on Karol G. I have an idea for it, so let me know if you would like that. But anyways, Gato was just talking about her feelings and how she felt after the relationship, but all of y'all chose to redirect that towards Jalen and just make fun of Jalen and talk about Jalen. Like, I just don't understand how Anuel wasn't getting most of the backlash. Like, why is his girlfriend, who was 19, 20 at the time, this is a grown man. Why is his girlfriend facing most of the backlash? Yes, colorism. Colorism is another thing we can begin to discuss in this situation, but that is for a whole nother day. A lot of that falls into this category, but she was facing so much backlash just for dating this man, and it's actually insane. And I feel like her career wasn't able to develop fully because she dated him and because of the backlash that she faced from dating him. And it wasn't until they broke up, where people started realizing that Anuel was weird because he started doing the same thing to Jailin that he did to Karol G and also still doing it to Karol G. Like, the man is just weird. Anuel is another little spooky thing that just like hides in the background, like, ooh, scary, scary man. So there's this thing of having men constantly seem like the victim that is deeply rooted in machismo culture. Now, I was reading a article by Michigan Daily, and I'm gonna put the word up on the screen right here because I'm afraid to butcher it, but I'm gonna read what they define the word as, which is a direct consequence of the Hispanic patriarchal society and describes women as one who should be pure, pious, and self-sacrificing. This is what people want to be the best for society, and when people go against it, they face immense backlash. When it comes to Latina women, not just in the media, but in everyday life, we expect them to always keep in mind their male counterparts, keep in mind not putting down their male counterparts and just like uplifting them, but also kind of staying in the shadow of their male counterparts. I think this is why a lot of the times this misogyny really jumps out when looking at media relationships. For example, full circle moment, coming back to Nikki Nicole, with her relationship with Peso Pluma, after this all happened, I saw a lot of people blaming Nikki Nicole herself, being like, "Well, you should have never compared him to a lapdog." She didn't do that. She didn't do that.
Molesta.
Imagínate si vos todos los días salís con un perro.
Ajá.
Nadie te va a preguntar por qué todos los días salís con un perro. Es como
Claro.
que
Listen. She says something like, "Oh, he's like a little carry dog" or something like that. Like, in the beginning of their relationship, I don't even know if they were dating at the time. I don't even know. But she said that, and personally, me, I would not let that slide. But he did. He did let it slide. So how is that her fault? Like, how is that her fault that they still continued to be in a relationship? Y'all were acting like this man had a whole plot in his head, like a Disney Channel plot, that he was gonna go in, make her fall in love with him, and then break his heart. And oh my God, he's so heartbroken. And that's why he chose to embarrass her. And now people are saying like she was cheating on him first. No evidence of that whatsoever. People were just like, oh, she's cheating on him first. Let me breathe. I was getting a little worked up for a second. There was no evidence of that. Ooh, I got a little worked up, y'all. But anyways, he just embarrassed her because she was embarrassing him when they first started dating. Again, he chose to keep dating her. I don't see the issue here, but again, above me and my place in everything. So why are we constantly redirecting the hate towards the woman? Even when the man does bad. And yes, Latino men are painted out to be these womanizers. That they are, this is just something they do. They just do what they do. You know, they're gonna use women. They're gonna go out and cheat sometimes. But they just do that. That's their lives. I'm sorry. Sorry. What are we getting mad at? Why can't we get mad? Let's all start getting a little bit more mad. Not even a little, a lot bit more mad at why Latino men just can't seem to respect their partners. And why we constantly redirect that to the partners of, oh, maybe you should have just did this to keep your man. Maybe you should have did this. Da 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 da. He cheated. Closed case. He literally, oh, well, in the case of Peso Pluma, allegedly cheated. I'm not like, I'm not saying you really cheated, Peso. I don't know if you did or not. I really don't. Allegedly, he allegedly cheated, though. Yeah. And in the case of a lot, In the case of a lot of Latino men, he cheated. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. But it is because of this like rampant machismo culture and misogyny that a lot of Latina women have to walk on eggshells around their male counterparts, especially in the entertainment industry, and keep them in mind when they're trying to make a profit in the entertainment industry and just build up their careers. And these women have to stay in the background. I feel like a lot of us will be a lot more healthier in our daily lives if we don't listen to these blogs. If it has a big white border in the back and some black bold letters does not mean it's the truth, y'all. It do not mean it's the truth. Stay out of the shade room and stay out of all those other blogs because it's really hurting some of y'all's brains. It's hurting y'all brains a lot, actually. So in conclusion, I will always be a woman supporter first and foremost when it comes to reggaeton. I love women in the reggaeton industry, whether that be Anitta, Ivy Queen, Karol G, Young Miko, please. I love you, sis. Please. These women have, I'm in their defense group. These women have worked so hard, and to be constantly put against these men that honestly cannot even level up to their level when it comes to performance or talent sometimes. I'm not talking about a lot of y'all faves. I'm talking about some of y'all faves. And I'm gonna be honest, the performance value needs to be upped 1,000,000% when it comes to some men in the reggaeton industry. And why should women have to dim their light so these men can do the bare minimum? Maybe we need to look at real issues before we just take to the internet to talk about stuff that really is of no importance. Homegirl was on a jet in like Aspen when y'all were being like, she's such a SLUT. Oh my God, get her off of that girl's man. Y'all were doing so much. And she was just living her life. Good for her. I'm trying to have a life like that, honestly. So, yeah, thank you for listening to this whole spiel with me and making it to the end if you really did make it to the end. This all will look so much better in the months to come. The next video idea I actually have is 13 going on 30. I'm only telling you this now because I have it prepared and I feel like that video is going to be 10 times better than this video. So go watch it when it comes out. Thank you for making it to the end with me. Maybe subscribe if you want to see the 13 going on 30 video because it's one of my favorite movies and I'm so excited to make that video. It's probably going to take me longer to edit and everything, but it will be coming out. And yeah, thank you so much. I really had fun. This was really stressful. I had to redo this video so many times, but I had fun doing it and like researching all of this and watching Anitta's videos and just watching everything. So thank you and have a great day.